Hey yo, what's up? Maji here, and welcome back to another episode of Queenside Check. And today we are going to be checking out another MV from Rocket Punch, which is entitled Chiquita. And yeah, with that said, let's just get right into it and see just what is in store for us today here with Rocket Punch. Here we go. Interesting. Oh, curious. Hmm. Loving Soyun's voice here. Okay, this is quite a bit more techno, I'm guessing, with that type of synth. And those cuts. Multiple juries. Gotta love that. Ooh, those sound effects in the background. Really contributing to that techno vibe. The verse structure is interesting though. It's a bit different. Oh. Feels like we're in a different dimension. Oh. Okay. High note from Soyeon. Nice. Getting a certain type of vibe from this. Oh. Hey. So that was Rocket Punch with Chiquita. And yeah, for me, that was more of a techno vibe, especially with that synth and those like sci-fi type sound effects in the background. Um, this to me felt more like a soundtrack song to some sort of sci-fi adventure movie. It had that type of feel for it for me, and like one of those movies that you'd get in like the I don't know, late 80s, early 90s, maybe something like that. Um, the members who stood out for me in this one are actually like the ones who like really grabbed my attention. Would be Suyun and Yunkang. Like they had parts that were really uh magnetic. uh Soyun more for the vocals, Yun Kyung more for like the stuff going on screen. I won't say visuals, but more of like what's happening with the concept. Like to me, she had the most attention grabbing scenes. Aside from the multiple jury thing. But yeah, this gave me that sci-fi adventure uh, type of feeling. But more like something that you would expect from what's that? Like an indie West Coast production. Has that vibe to it. When I say West Coast, I mean West Coast of the US. Something like that. But indie vibes. Yeah. The song structure, though, was really, really interesting. I mean, the chorus fit in well with the vibe of the song, but the verses uh, caught my attention in a different way. The verses felt like they had this different type of coolness to it. Like, kind of felt like a different genre for the verses. No, not really genre, but something a little outside the concept that they were going for in the video. But I like that it went that way, so it didn't end up being like some sort of cheesy 80s sci-fi kind of thing or cheesy 90s sci-fi. Not quite sure where to place it on the timeline. It's hard for me to place things by decades because uh, different stuff came to my country at different times. So we're pretty exposed to Western culture here, but you know, sometimes it comes in different decades. So like for me, just for me, from my experience growing up, it feels like early 80s. Sorry, late 80s, early 90s. It might be more firmly entrenched in one or the other, depending on other people or on the actual cultures of that country. But yeah, really fun song. Uh, that techno vibe felt quite different from other stuff they've done. I think they've done something else that had synth in it, but this this was much more techno than the uh, anything else that I can kind of place in my head. So yeah, I think that's it for my reaction to Rocket Punch's Chiquita. Uh, very solid comeback song. Not quite my style though, I have to admit, but it has its charms. So yeah, let's just wrap up the video there. I think That's what I have to say about that. Anyways, we'll stay tuned for the next one from them. Until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, feel free to check out my Patreon, where I also post reactions to longer form content, more casual content, most of which is available for free. You can probably see the titles pop up here on the side. There's also some stuff set aside for those who are kind enough to subscribe, such as access to my K-drama and anime reactions, which incidentally you can also access for free for 7 days, as that is tier 1 of my Patreon and it has a 7-day free trial. Let's see. Forgot what's next. I took a week break off. Anyways, other tiers of my Patreon involve early access to raw recordings of my reaction videos and priority when it comes to recommendations. But don't get too fussed about all that. Like I said, most of the stuff on my Patreon is available for free, so don't be afraid to check it out. The link to my Patreon is in the description down below, as well as a link to a spreadsheet where you can more easily navigate and access the free content on my Patreon. That's also in the description down below. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for joining me on this very fun and intriguing journey with Rocket Punch. Until next time, have a great day everyone, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.